Okay guys, it's finally time to talk about probably one of the best combos I fished in recent memory. And no, I'm not talking about this one. I'm actually talking about this combo right here. Okay, so a lot of you probably recognize this rod and reel, but in case you don't, this is the Abu Garcia Black Max 3 reel and the Berkeley lightning rod shock. I guess that's how you say it. And as you can see, there's a lot of colors going on here, but that's not what makes this combo so awesome. There's actually a lot of things that make this combo great, but let's talk about one of the main reasons why this combo is so great, and that is the accessibility to the average angler. Now, I've put combos together that cost, like $1,000, where I had to import the rod from Japan and also the reel from Japan and put them together, and they seem to work pretty good. But with this combo, you can buy it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at any Wal Mart. And this combo, if you bought it at Walmart, is only $80. Now normally at any other retailer you're looking at $100, $50 for the reel, $50 for the rod. But anyone who's been to Walmart knows that these are on sale at Walmart all day long for $40 each. So this is an $80 combo. So pretty much anybody can afford that and anybody can access it. No need to go order online. Just drive to Walmart and go pick it up. Okay, so now that we've talked about how accessible and how affordable this is, price alone doesn't make for a great combo. So I brought out a much more expensive combo to prove another point, and that is the way the combo feels in your hand. Now this is a Scorpion 70 reel and a Scorpion, actually a Zodius rod. So this combo cost me over $400 to put together. Now this particular Zodius I had to import from Japan. So you're looking at a combo that's well over 4 to 5 times more than the Black Max combo. But is it better? I can tell you this much, when it comes to pure weight, the Scorpion Zodius combo does weigh less, probably by a little over an ounce, but when you hold them in hand, I'm telling you, the Black Max Berkeley combo feels lighter in my hand. And I'm going to switch hands here. It feels lighter, feels more feathery, and I'll tell you why. The balance point. So I got both combos full of line, and I'm going to show you the balance point on this Zodius Scorpion combo. It's right at the foregrip, which by all accounts is pretty good. Hope you guys can see that. But let's do the same to the lightning rod combo. The balance point is actually closer to the reel seat and closer to the spool than that Scorpion. Plus also the fact that since this is a Shimano JDM styled combo, the grip is really small, while you got a nice big fat cork grip here, and it just fits in my hand better. I don't have to clamp down as tight to be able to grasp this combo versus this combo. So it's a lot more pleasurable to fish as far as ergonomics in my opinion. So that's kind of mind-blowing considering the price point between the two and the weight difference, that this feels lighter in my hand than this. Okay, so we got the balance and ergonomics out of the way. Let's talk about the performance. Now the Abu Garcia Black Max is probably still the benchmark entry-level budget bait cast reel, Now granted, it is not the most refined, it is not the smoothest, but it does cast pretty damn good, especially when you pair it up with this rod. But I think most of the magic of this combo lies in this lightning rod from Berkley. So let's talk about this rod. Now, how many of you guys went through Walmart, went to the fishing section, and held this rod and thought, man, that feels pretty good, but then you saw the brand and the price and you're like, nah, it can't be that good. It's a Berkley and it's only 40 bucks, and you put it back on the shelf and you went your merry way. And how many of you guys actually bought this rod and realized how awesome it is and didn't tell anybody and just kind of kept it to yourself? Assholes. But anyway, let's talk about this rod. Now, I'm one of those guys who are guilty of, you know, picking one of these up in Walmart and feeling it and thinking to myself, damn, that's pretty good. It feels awesome. It reminds me of the first time I picked up a SHIMANO Kumara, the black ones, at Bass Pro Shops, and the fact that it was so light and it was so crispy feeling that I thought to myself, there's no way that rod can handle fighting a bass. It'll just shatter. And that's the kind of the same feeling I got when I picked up this rod. It's very lightweight. Now, it's not as light as, you know, that 6'6" Zodius, but it feels lighter in hand. It feels better balanced, and of course you get a better grip because of the thick components. Okay, so this is basically a $50 rod you can buy for $40 that performs like at least a $100 rod, in my opinion. Now, Berkley says this is designed specifically for braid or super lines. So because of that, they have 7 diamond polished aluminum oxide guides. Now, they're normal size, they're not micro, which I'm totally fine with that. And the blank is made of what they call 1K power helix construction. And it's got what they call the strike amplifying tip. And I researched that. Basically, the tip is a combination of graphite and fiberglass, and I'll go into more of that in the fishing portion of this video. And it's got a proprietary reel seat. You don't see this reel seat on any other reel or rod, I should say. And yeah, I can't say enough about this rod. Only 40 bucks. But yeah, let's get into the fishing portion, as I've had a chance to fish this combination several times over the past year since I've gotten it.
Okay, so let's talk about the first time I actually casted this combo. It was way back in 2017 when I was shooting some kind of a how-to video for the channel, and I wasn't even really trying to test out the rod and the reel, but I was immediately impressed with a few things. Now, the main thing I was impressed with was the castability and the distance of this combo.
Okay, still no problems with the spool. This REVO, I'm sorry, this Black Max casts pretty dang good. I'm surprised.
Now, the Black Max 3 is a decent caster, considering you can get it for $40 all day long at Walmart. But I think when paired up with this Berkley lightning rod, it turns into a really good caster because of how well this lightning rod loads up a bait with its really flexible tip. That is the perfect combination of soft without being too soft. So that means you can get a lot of distance, but you can also be really accurate when need be. So when it comes to cast and retrieve techniques, this combo is awesome in my book. Now, there are a couple of other things that I was immediately impressed with as well. The balance and the ergonomics. The balance is really outstanding, as well as the ergonomics. This combo is just really easy to pick up and start casting and fishing, and you really don't have that small learning curve where you have to adjust to the ergonomics if you're coming from another bait casting combo. Now the Black Max is great for its price point, but in the end I think the rod makes the reel even better than it would be on another rod. Now it does pitch pretty decent, even though I didn't try to pitch anything really light. So overall, when it comes to casting and pitching, I'm going to give this Abu Garcia Black Max 3 Berkeley Lightning Rod combo a solid 9 out of 10. So luckily I was actually able to catch a couple of fish on this combo, and that's pretty lucky because I don't live where there's a lot of ponds where the bass are easy to catch. I live where there's a bunch of big rivers and lakes. So right here I'm fishing below a dam, and I was lucky to be able to hook into this decent sized little bass here. And I think it weighed about, I don't know, almost 2 pounds. Caught it on a little chatterbait. But yeah, I wasn't expecting that fish catch at all, considering the temperature was probably about a good 30 degrees outside, which is cold for here. That was actually the first cast when I got to this spot and I landed a fish. So you know what that means. That means you won't catch anything else for the rest of the day. But luckily for me, that wasn't the case. This little area here was just stacked up with fish. And on the second cast, I was actually able to hook up into another fish. And this fish felt like a much bigger bass, but it turned out to be a little hybrid white bass. And what was funny is this little hybrid white bass fought a lot harder than that much bigger largemouth. But that's how hybrids are. Okay, so next is the bottom contact portion of this review. Now of course that's mainly going to be the sensitivity of the Berkeley Lightning rod. And I have absolutely zero qualms about saying that this rod is pretty damn sensitive. Now after I caught those 2 fish, I tied on a jig, and to be honest, I didn't know what to expect considering the price of this rod and the relative lack of prestige in the Berkeley name. But let me tell you that you will not miss any bites on this rod unless your hands have 0 nerve endings in them. As I was dragging this jig along the sandy bottom, I could feel the small white bass pecking at it loud and clear. And I could also feel the jig going over the small sandbars that these waves were creating. Yeah, it feels a lot more sensitive than some of my much more expensive rods, and that's pretty damn impressive considering that the tip is half fiberglass and the rod is only $40 at Walmart. So once again, when it comes to sensitivity, I really don't think you can do too much better than this by going up to a much more expensive rod. So yeah, the Berkeley lightning rod, pretty damn impressive.
Okay guys, so basically the conclusion I've come to is that if you own one of these combos, this Black Max Berkeley lightning rod combo, and you're looking to get into a more expensive combo, let's say something similar to this, honestly, I don't feel you're going to get that much more performance, if any, out of a combo like this over a combo like this. Now, the Scorpion may cast a little farther, it may palm a little bit better, it's no doubting that, but as far as sensitivity, balance, and fishability, this is just as good as this, in my opinion. But it costs so much less. So you can use that money to get yet another combo, a bunch of lures, line, etc., etc. Yeah, and that's just my opinion. This is just one of those rare combos that when you put them together, they perform a lot better than their price point. Even though I don't think they were designed to go together, because I know that the Black Max, there's a combo available at Wal Mart with a Black Max rod. So yeah, that's just my opinion. If you have this combo, you really don't need to upgrade unless you really just want to experience high-end gear. But as far as performance and fishability, you're not gonna get much better than this. Now if you have this combo and you've been fishing it for years and not really telling anyone how great it is, let me know in the comments section, you assholes. But on that note, I have some good news and I have some bad news. Now, let's start with the bad news first. The bad news is that looks like Berkeley has discontinued this rod. It's no longer for sale on their website. I think it's been pulled from a lot of online retailers, and that kind of sucks. But the good news is, at least for now, is that all they've done was update it to a new Berkeley lightning rod shock. As you can see here, there's a big change. It's still orange, it's actually a brighter orange. They've changed the grip from cork to plastic with some rubber tape around it. Don't know how I feel about that, but I'm going to do a long-term review with this rod. I'm going to pair it up with a bunch of different reels, both cheap and expensive, and we're going to just see how well it performs as an all-around rod and reel. Okay guys, be on the lookout for that, and thanks a lot.